Proof of concept number 2. As I said, working on this nonstop. We're starting to get into context. So you have 4 different contexts over here, which will drive how this functions over here. Still working on the edit aspect. Edit isn't working at the moment. I mean, it still responds to that behavior, but I haven't implemented it fully. But so you can see, I'm in preview mode, so I can see what the result would look like. Yeah, I can click through things. I have to have it build out numbers. Not a big deal. We get into adding, though. You see it wipes the preview, and now every element that you're over has this add button that hovers around with it. If you click on any element, like this one, it will duplicate it rapidly so that you can add as many as you want, up to 8. This message here says that you can have up to 8 columns. So, same thing for deleting. So if I click on this one, and then I click this one, and this one, you can see how this is a very easy way of going about doing this. So, okay, now I'm down to 2 columns. I get an error. Minimum number of columns you can have is 2. You're not going to have a factor in which you only say, hey, there's one answer that's correct in here, and probably you're not going to have 2 either. But just to have a yes or no kind of answer, we have that. It also works on all of these actually. So, factor 3, yeah, all right. So that entire factor is gone. If I try to delete this one, it tells me every criteria must have at least 1 factor. And same with this, every rubric must have at least 1 criteria. So it'll block me from doing those kinds of things. But I can, I can do the same with adding. So add, you see it replicates that whole thing. I can do add on here. And see, you can knock out a rubric pretty quickly this way. I'm kind of questioning whether deleting should be confirmed every time, just because it's so fast to get stuff added back in that why would you have this confirmation every time you want to delete something? There's a couple little goofy things, like you can see if you're over the delete button or the add or edit when it says edit. I mean, I can show it actually does this. Yeah, you can see it's blinking a million times. So still have to get that worked out. But that's because of hovers. You can see this popped up, this little context window. It's not going to function that way. I'm still trying to come up with proper design decisions in terms of the way that editing should work inline, but I'm kind of leaning towards taking this cell and kind of bringing it forward, popping it up, zooming in just a little bit on the screen there. And if I zoom in on it, then I should be able to use text input fields and things like that so that you can modify the whole thing, click enter or hit save, whatever, probably save button, and then it'll shoot it back in place. When you go into edit mode, you'll also be able to drag and drop things around. So if you want to move these columns, change the order of them, you can do that. You can also change the factors, slide them around. I don't know how important it is to reorder these things, because point values in a rubric should go highest to lowest. So there's really no reason to have this reorder based on anything other than just having the system automatically look at the points. But factors are important to having a logical order. Same with criteria, so that you can put them, organize them on the page the way you want them to be displayed. So that's pretty much everything for now. You can see it also says over here what the context is. I'm trying to make it as visible as possible what context you're currently working in, just because you could really screw things up if you were accidentally in the delete context. There's a lot of jQuery going on here, so I'm trying to work on performance. As you can see, it kind of delays a bit when it's bouncing around, but I mean, you could imagine it's doing some pretty complex stuff here, as I blow away all those criteria with one click. Or, sorry, all those factors and columns and criteria and everything. So, theoretically, this is the smallest rubric you could have. But I will be working on this through the weekend and probably be screencasting periodically as well to show progress.